everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the sound system demo on the 2022 Hyundai Venue and its 6-speaker audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio adjustments, inputs, controls, speaker locations. Then we're going to go out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And I recommend listening with headphones so that you can hear exactly what I hear from the driver's seat. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Little Hyundai Venue, about as base as you can get for an SUV, but in this limited trim, actually still providing a lot of the things you might want, like heated seats, just front-wheel drive, but a good amount of storage. It's essentially like getting an economy car, but a little bit more of a box form. So if you do want to see more on the Venue, check the links in the description. Got a DM review, we're going to do a little fuel economy test. All those will be below. Now we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. Very basic but easy to use infotainment system here from Hyundai. I appreciate that you've got physical controls right here for all of your main elements. We can go straight to media, see your media screen here, but then we're actually going to go up here to sound settings, see decent responsiveness as well. Under premium sound, you've got speed dependent volume control. We're going to turn that off, and then a startup volume limit so that if you get in the car, music won't be set too high if your teenagers are nefarious and like to listen to loud music. Below that, you've got adjustments for front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. You can sort of move it around the car like that or just fine tune it. Then below that, you have treble, mid-range, and bass. Let's go through those. Other than that, you've got some adjustments for various voice noises for the navigation and such, but that is about all you're going to want. Well, this is kind of interesting. A radio noise function. Allow full signal sound, balances original sound with some reduced background noise, and a maximum reduction of background noise. I haven't noticed that at all, but admittedly, I don't listen to much radio. Maybe if I need to listen to some college football later this week, I'll utilize that function. And that is it for audio adjustments. For audio inputs, in the Hyundai Venue, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio. Actually, do you have Sirius XM? Should double check. Yes, you do. Of course you do. Then you've got USB-A and Bluetooth with support for wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And that is it. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, you don't have any USB Type-C data ports. You don't have wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay support. No 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, and no sort of streaming services built in. For audio controls, you have a nice volume knob here. It's actually surprisingly large. It's interesting that they went with such a chunky, sort of loose control there, but it works decently well if feeling a bit simple. You also have a volume rocker on the left side of the wheel. For track selection, you have a few options. You have seek and track buttons right here in the middle. You have a little scroller knob you can use. If you're on the media screen, you can use the touch screen, or if all else fails, you have a track selector right next to the volume rocker on the left side of the wheel. Speaker locations. This is going to be an easy one. 6-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, we've got a Doro mid-range woofer combo probably there. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. And then same things in your doors back there. 4, 5, and 6 mid-range woofers. All right, simple enough. I'm going to put this stuff away, and we're going to get out on the road. It's interesting because I was leaning more toward a solid D rating for the system in the first few songs and as I've been listening to it throughout the week. But those last two songs, a lot of those elements where you're supposed to get these harder, heavier hits, and all of a sudden the system completely drops out and sort of disappears, that's not good. That is real low tier type sound quality, and I don't think it's going to be able to escape an E rating at this point. And people are traveling slow, there's surprise snow on this trip, a lot of stressors going on, but in order to stress this system out, we're going to turn the bass all the way up to see how it sounds. Not falling apart as badly as I thought it was going to. I mean, you're clearly not getting a ton of bass, but it's actually, I expected more distortion and more slap, and instead we're just getting lack of anything. My thoughts on the 6-speaker audio system here in the Hyundai Venue. I don't know. It's tough to say D or E rating. Middle of those songs there, those track 4 and 5, I was feeling E. Just a very weird lack of power and weird dip outs. And if you're going to get those too often, oh hush, if you're going to get those too often, you'd really be disappointed in the system. But honestly, the mixing really isn't too bad, and most music, I think, at reasonable volume levels, someone buying a car in this class is really not going to be that disappointed. So I think we are going to give it a D. We're going to let it scoot up in there. It's definitely below average. It's definitely not impressive, but compared to some of the other sub-$30 and really starting at sub-$20,000 cars we've reviewed, it's not that bad. It really isn't. But maybe D-. Either way, I think it is escaping E. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Venue, check the links in the description. We're wrapping up the highway fuel economy test right now. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.